Ndewono, ka anyị kọọ akụkọ. The Omu institution in Igbo society is over 800 years old, tracing back to pre-colonial times before the European contact with Igbo society. Historical record and oral accounts suggest that it existed as early as 15th or 16th century. Today, we are going to be talking about a very interesting story. No. Ndewo, no. NWAGBỌKA, how are you doing? Welcome to our today's series of ỌNỊCHA. Today we are going to be talking about an interesting story about the Omu institution in Igbo land. A story that everyone should know. A story that indeed puts Igbo man in a very particular, interesting position as against a lot of things that are presumed about the Igbo people. Now our topic today is Omu, particularly a certain Omu that we will be happy to know about. The Omu system is prominent in ỌNỊCHA, Asaba, Abo, Anioma, and other parts of Anambra and Delta states. The Omu had authority over commerce, market affairs, women affairs, and spiritual matters of the communities. But colonial infiltration would later affect this very important traditional leadership system. Today, we will be talking about the story of a very powerful Omu that existed in Igbo land, and she is known as Omu NWAGBỌKA. Born in mid-19th century, NWAGBỌKA would become a woman of extraordinary influence. Taught by her mother, she would become a wealthy trader known for her dealings in ivory and cloth. It was recorded that she once made 10,000 pounds in one day from shipping 2 consignments of ivory. Now, think about 10,000 pounds centuries ago. That is huge. In 1884, after gaining immense wealth and stature, she was bestowed the title of Omu by the then Obi Anazomu of ỌNỊCHA, making her the most powerful woman in ỌNỊCHA at the time. She was so influential. It was recorded that she bought the title of Ozo for her son Egwatu and married up to 10 wives for him. That should tell you a little bit about who we are talking about. She was powerful. She controlled the ỌNỊCHA economy, regulating markets, settling disputes, and even fining those who are found violating any market rules. She had her own Ofo. Ofo is a symbol of authority amongst the Igbo people. And she held her own Ofala festival, just like the Obi, symbolizing her sacred authority. On October 9, 1884, she stood among the dignitaries of Obi Anazomu's court when he signed the Treaty of Friendship with Queen Victoria, after which colonial influence began to shape the leadership and policies of ỌNỊCHA in full. Soon, the colonial Victorian ideals began to erode the women's authority and roles in traditional leadership structure. And by 1886, tension would erupt between Omu NWAGBỌKA and Obi Anazomu over taxation and women's rights. In response, Omu NWAGBỌKA organized a powerful women's protest in a bold act of defiance. She would lead the Igbo ỌNỊCHA, a council of women, in a historic strike where women boycotted their social duties to send a powerful message that no society would function without the duties and tasks performed by its women. If they will not hear our voice, they will feel our silence. That was NWAGBỌKA. The British saw her as too powerful, too independent, too unyielding. She was a threat. They will be supported by the British. We'll see her as a threat to colonial rule. And in 1888, NWAGBỌKA would die in a mysterious situation. Some accounts said it was through illness, and others would say she was silenced by her enemies. And Obi and Azomu and the British would then abolish the title of Omu in ỌNỊCHA, making sure that no woman would ever wield such power in ỌNỊCHA again. And in 1901, after taking full control of ỌNỊCHA, the British colonial administration handpicked Sam Okosi to succeed Obi and Azomu, who died in 1899. They feared her so much they erased her title, said in a report in 1901. Though no one succeeded her, her legacy is tall and shining, as she is known as the last queen of ỌNỊCHA, the last voice of ancient order, and the symbol of women's strength. This is the story of NWAGBỌKA Uzoka. I will leave some references in the end credit in case you want to dig more into her story. And we are going to be talking about another interesting person in our next series. Remember, Mpako is a series to celebrate Igbo ingenuities. So you can talk about your mother, your father, that one person in your community that plays a very vital role of impact. We are going to be celebrating the old and young, the rich and poor, the past and present. Nobody will be left out. My name is Amarachi Akama Oku. Ekelemu Ndewo.